All right. Whoa! Yo, look at this map, Jen. Oh my goodness. Okay, we should start. Hi. How are you? I hope you guys are doing good. I like Age of Empires 2. And I forgot that Kashtai has the longest freaking name in all of Age of Empires. What in the world? Welcome, everyone, to a Regicide Diplomacy game. And this Regicide Diplomacy game has 8 players from the community. And they're going to try to kill each other. Eventually, you would think they're going to try and kill each other. So, without any further ado, I'm going to introduce the players. We have Kashtai, who's actually our host here, playing in the orange. And I've been told that the second portion of his name is a meme. I don't go anywhere on the internet apart from Age of Empires 2. So, we have Kashtai playing as the Italians here in the orange. To the right of him, we have Stan from IT playing in the magenta or purple. I like this name. Also, I think this is Stan's first community game ever. In the teal, we have Howard. I think it's also Howard's first community game ever. Howard playing as the Turks. In the blue, we have Saifu. Saifu's playing as the Incas. In the red, we have Kaisabanog. We have Red playing as the Vietnamese. In the green, we have Baby Grill playing as the Vikings. And whoa, weaken the TC. Weaken the board with the TC. What a beast. In the gray, we have Rogue Spoon playing as the Malians. And in the yellow, we have Tima playing as the Teutons. Or should I say, Teutons. And I'm excited, all right? I'm excited. I occasionally rewatch my videos. In a recent video, I spent like a solid minute talking about the sound effects from the game. I think it was the screeching from the crickets. And so, you know, to keep things consistent, because that's the most important thing being a content creator, I'm going to complain about the waves now. Do you guys hear that? It's constant. There's so many waves out here, and it's kind of getting in my head a little bit. So any mistakes I make with my casting here today falls back on the devs because of the waves. You know, us casters, we need to be coddled. Otherwise, we make some mistakes. Anyways, I'm excited for this. This map gen's pretty crazy. It looks like the players lack wood near their TC, but they've got quite a bit of gold and stone. And as you venture towards the middle, you're going to find more gold, more stone, and more wood as well. But obviously, this is probably where you'll want your future town centers in the Castle Age. And I could see this getting very, very cramped in mid-castle. Players are going to be fighting for space. Players are going to be fighting for relics. I feel like there's going to be a lot of reasons on this map to kill people. And also, maybe not too many reasons to ally, because trade would be difficult. I mean, you can't realistically trade with trade cogs across the map, but you could dock here maybe and have someone dock here and trade cog trade that way. Otherwise, since this is amphibious terrain, what you could do is you could mark it. Then again, you can't even go corner to corner. So if you can't trade effectively, maybe allying is not going to be as big a deal. Let's see what these people are talking about as I hear still hear waves, man. Okay, got some conversation. Someone said, where are all the trees? Stan from IT says, how's everyone doing this Friday? Okay. Yellow says, T90, don't see my TC. It was an accident. Did I miss something? Did Yellow accidentally delete the TC or something?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe a villager died underneath it. No, that didn't happen either. I'm confused. Could also be the straggler trees. I think Yellow wants to rewatch this and be like, ha, I chopped the straggler trees, T90. Doesn't like it. I would never. And Blue says, happy Friday to all. This is cool. We do community games every Friday. More people know now. Nice promotion. And Red with the, wow, this is saucy. Like, I know Valentine's Day is coming up, but really. Saifu, baby. Even a capitalized B in the baby. Want a team? We are close. Ooh. Baby. Also, Kashtai is talking to people, too. I think Kashtai is talking to Yellow. Because I will protect you. We are friends. So Tima and Kashtai have actually been around my community a couple years. Kashtai was with me many years on Twitch. Tima was as well. And so they're still sticking around here, which is awesome. And they're experiencing community games, though Kashtai is the better player. I think based on everything I know about these players, I think Kashtai and... well, no, mainly Kashtai is probably the most skilled. But I don't know about some of these players. Like Stan from IT, for example, I've never seen play in a Kame game before. Baby Grill, I've never seen. I think I've seen Saifu, maybe under a different name. Howard, I'm a little uncertain of, and Rogue Spoon as well. But certainly we've got some Loey the Legends in here. If you're wondering what skill you have to be to play in community games, the answer is it doesn't matter. You can be any ELO. You can play your first online game in a community game. Doesn't matter. I just want you guys to get involved. And it creates storylines, right? If one person's weaker than the other, it's, you know, it's not a big issue. Because then that person will likely need an ally. That person could maybe do certain things to make up for their lack of skill. They could maybe chat a bit more. I like how Rogue Spoon just puts out the invitation. So who wants to make a town together? And other people are being a little more assertive. And Gray's like, who will love me? And no one responds either. That's so sad. And Howard says, hey, Stan, I have a question. Liking the chatter here. Stan says, hit me. Of course, he does not mean literally hit me. At least I don't believe so. That is what we call an expression. Green's trying to figure out the chat. Says, Red, can you read this? We haven't seen any chat from Red beyond him saying baby earlier to Saifu. Now Red says yes. Wait, now Howard is asking the question of Stan. And it took him a while to type this too. He says, if a wealthy prince from Africa sends me a link so he can send me money, I click it, right? And Stan says, I would. I mean, it's free money, right? And Howard says, cool, cool. Wait, what type of IT professional is this, dude? What's the worst that could happen? All right. Yeah, guys, anytime you get an email from someone, you know, saying that they used to be like a prince in Zimbabwe or something, and they're trying to get back to their... I forget what it is at this point. I'll just shut up on the joke, but make sure you click those links. I'm joking, by the way. I'm joking. Don't click them. I don't want to be held responsible. That's why I'm clarifying. Hello, Orange, says Stan. So everyone's kind of putting feelers out there and having communication. Howard and Stan just seem like they're buddies, you know? They don't necessarily seem like they're going to be committed to each other long term. And Kashtai's really going out there and saying, I'm going to protect you. And he said that to Yellow and now to Purple as well. Stan says, I shall do my bestie to help you. God, Kashtai has to be banned from community games until he changes his name, though. Is this not excessive? It takes up like a third of my screen over here and then a fourth of my screen over here. I can do math. At this point, I should be used to it. And Green is walled up. All right. Well, this does kind of show that Green is scared that there's going to be a snipe. Some people, they join community games and they say, I want to win. And I want to show my skill. You know, all those people who comment on YouTube and on the streams, it's real easy to say you're going to do this and do that. But when you actually get into the game, suddenly you're like, and maybe your goal changes from I want to win to I don't want to be the first person to die. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing from Green. You know, if you're allying someone, if you're being nice to someone, in many ways, I feel like you walling up tells them you don't trust them, if they look and think about it. Okay. Interesting map, says Red. Howard agrees. And then we have Green saying, I will go infantry. I feel like Green and Gray are meant for each other, based on what I've seen so far. Like, we've got double barracks over here for Gray. Malians have good infantry, and so do Vikings. Well, there's two people in Castle Age. We have Saifu and we have Kashtai. We have a TC in the middle for Saifu now. So, 2 TC start. We have the same thing, and about to be the third TC here for Kashtai. Again, as expected, those two... you know, you would think that they're going to be in a good spot, based on everything I said before. Ignore the idols, T90. I don't need the negativity, says Howard. No worries, I'll ignore them. And Red's trying to figure out trade. He says, how do we trade land or water? I'll go archers, probably just boom first, though, a bit. Okay. Well, that's how you should do it in a community game. Unless you really want to kill someone fast, you should add eco. And Vietnamese have amazing archers, so I think that makes sense. I think what's going to be a struggle for Vietnamese is that there is Incas next door, and Incas, if they go full Eagles, can be really tough for Vietnamese to deal with. Not that Vietnamese don't have the answer to that, too. I mean, technically they do. They've got good elephants. Actually, if I think about it, the more I like Vietnamese, I think I might want elephants, champions, and ratans more than Kameyuks and eagles, but still. We will see. Some people in chat are asking about the Discord. Yeah, someone could just link it. Also, guys, I'll say this now because a lot of people have been asking me on Twitter recently. Like, they'll find me on Twitter and they'll say, hey, T90, how do we get in the Discord? The description of every single YouTube video has a link to the T90 official Discord if you want to join. Obviously, people here in chat can just link it for you so you can join if you're not in it, but it also is in the description of every single video. It's just like, who reads descriptions, am I right? We put all this work into having good descriptions on videos. I don't think anyone really ever reads them past the first line. So I'm kind of liking green. I've got a soft spot in my heart for green. Will be one of the later ones to Castle Age. I'd love to see monasteries, and I guess what I'm thinking is, where do you put it? Like, if you put your monastery here, you could say it's safer because it's further away from the middle. But then this is eventually going to be more vulnerable than this. But yes, I think it would make sense to get relics. There's a lot of relics out there, and you're already seeing it now from Kostai, surprise, surprise. So, Kostai is a good player, but Kostai also said I will keep you safe to yellow and also purple. Purple said I will do my bestie to help. And then yellow said something different than that. I forget at this point. But we have double monastery, so yellow's going out there for those relics as well. Not bad. I'll ask you on Twitter how to find your Twitter. Yeah, you guys would do that. 1890, do you have a Facebook page? Yeah, I use it occasionally. You know, occasionally just live stream everything. I'd check it out. fb.gg/T90official. Hopefully I'll see you there. We need to hold in the middle because of wood, says Red. Okay, and Red is talking to Green. Okay, I was curious on who he was talking to earlier when he said he'd go archers. So let's talk alliances that we think are established. We have Red and Green, which is a pretty interesting one because Red seems to be stronger than Green. Green definitely has a bit of novice look to him, but not bad, right? You've got good infantry, good upgrades. With Vikings, thankfully, you have pretty good economy, second TC now. Red also, they're being very helpful. Red saying don't forget to get the relics and things like that. Gray, I'm unsure on. I'm very unsure on Gray. But now you have Stan saying, hey, Teal, how's it going? So I think Stan and Teal are going to team up, depending on how Teal responds. Oh, yeah, this has an alliance written all over it. Hi, Stan, I was just about to talk to you. Oh, yeah. Everything is good here. Okay, these guys are an alliance. I think Kostai is going to be allied and working alongside a lot of these players, like purple and yellow. But I think in the end, purple's motives will always be to eventually turn on Kostai. I don't think he wants to team with Kostai till the end. Time, why aren't we allies? Do you one more friend from the opposite side of the map? Time. Time. Who's Time? Time? Who?
Yes.
I'm here to make friends, says Green. Purple says, yes, I think so too. And Red says, yes, I think it is our best chance. Who is Time, guys? Tima. Oh, excuse me. Okay, Tima. My bad. I'm a little slow. I missed that. And now I don't know which screen to click. Sorry. I'm trying to see. Okay, I was wondering what was happening here. It's kind of funny. Red, you didn't ally Tima. Tima's allied on you. So you go to Red's point of view. And Red just killed the monk. Bro. Red. This is what we call a self-inflicted wound. Unless Yellow just changes recently. But now Yellow has allied Red. And Red is just going around with the scout sniping Yellow's monks. Teal says, would you like one of my relics? Stan says, I forgot about relics. I'd gladly take one of those relics. Okay. I'll drop it by your TC. This is all very cute. Right now, I'm kind of rooting for Stan from IT. and Howard to work out. You want to hear something that's funny? So we have Stan from IT, right? He deals with a bunch of people not knowing how to deal with their computers and also having security issues, most likely related to passwords. Stan from IT is literally allied and working with someone's password right now. Look at that. Howard4321. Is that not the most password username you've ever seen in your life? If you were to try and hack into his Steam account, and obviously don't do this, the password might actually be Howard4321. So Stan from IT is very familiar with people like Teal and is now allied with him. I understand it. Okay. Tima's talking to Red. He's like, Red, ally you. I allied you. And Red says, my bad. I did not notice. Sorry. And Tima says, thanks, man. Was no need for that smiley face. Okay, so now Red feels bad. And Red's like, oh, man, this is my chance to shine. And I just made an enemy. Ah. But Tima seems pretty chill about it. Stan says, thank you very much. Your gift shall be remembered. If there's anything I can do in return, you let me know. Howard, I'll give you $50 if you say, give me a relic. Obviously, he can't hear me. So I think my $50 is safe. But that's exactly what I would say if I was in his position. If there's anything I could do to repay you, just say, yeah, give me a relic. And then he has to give the relic right back. Okay. I felt bad. Says Red. What do we do first? How's it all going, my friend Orange? Yeah, Orange is super try-hard not talking right now. I don't know if you guys picked up on that. Kashdai is playing extremely well. On the way to Imp, 111 villagers. Also has 6 relics, so Kashdai is clearly my favorite. Italians have cheaper dock techs and amazing navy. So we have double dock on both sides here. And navy can only stay in each little pond. Or would you call it a swamp region, maybe? So it's not like you can pass over to the other areas of the map with your navy. So you might be thinking about cannon galleons. Build army, set up market, then pick a sacrifice to the stream. And Red's like, do we take out Teal first? Red says, it's supposed to be fun, but people want blood. Yeah, so Red and Green, very cute right now. But I fear for them that they might not necessarily have good coordination and a good game plan here. They've been very silent with Gray. They've been very silent with Blue. And so I don't think that Blue and Gray are going to see them as allies, which I think will be a problem. Now, poor Rogue Spoon, like 20 minutes ago, said, who wants to be my friend? And no one said anything. So now, finally, Gray's like, I guess I should speak. And he's like, how's it going? And thankfully, some people respond. All right. Blue is up to Imp as well. Yeah, and he's... Blue, as I said, could just go right over and kill Red. Like, there's no reason... Excuse me. Hopefully you didn't hear that. There's no reason for Blue to be allied to Red. Unless, of course, he's scared of him. I do like the trade, though. And actually, it looks like Green is starting to trade with Blue, so that's interesting. I mean, they are making stuff, or they're getting ready to. Like, Howard says, uh-oh, Blue, you look a little intimidating. Be curious to see what Blue says about that. I think it would be a mistake to be the first one to attack in this game. Because there's a lot of players who are just kind of waiting for a reason to do so. But I do not think that you should actually attack someone right now. Purple trade for later, says Orange. But where's that trade going to come from? Maybe with docks? Oh, it's just dawned on him that we can't build in the corners here. So they're going to have to think about that. Blue says no plans to attack you, just scared. All right, everyone's feeling it out. This map looks really cool, but again, I think they're going to run out of wood eventually. And if fights come in, it will just end people's lives. Like, there's no recovering on this map. There's no rebooming on this map. This is not very beginner-friendly if people are going to be aggressive. Tima says, Orange, what unit comp do you need me to go for? And immediately thinks of Teutonic Knights. Gotta love that. And then there's a signal from orange, and he's like, well, maybe we trade cog. So, yeah, that was what I had thought, too. Have someone build a dock here, and then you could trade cog trade. All these techs coming in. So we have Condottiero, Genoese crossbowmen, really good units for Italians to make. I'd say the thing that Italians really struggle with is lack of mobility, but also they lack an answer to heavy siege comps. So if Celts were in the game, for example, the Celts would dominate Italians. But apart from that, I guess they also can struggle a little bit against heavy archer civs. But they still have their own good archers, so... There's a lot of stuff going on right now. Still no Elite Eagle. Oh, no, I lied. Never mind. Elite Eagle's in for blue. It just came in. And the only person who's trading right now is green. Now, I know my audience, and I know even if people are lurking and not saying it right now, that there's people out there rooting for green and rooting for yellow, rooting for the players that they feel like they might play as or play similar to. I'm friends with teal, so maybe yellow. Oh my god! Koshtai, you backstabbing little bee. Okay, listen, I need to pause just to catch you guys up because I know you guys fall asleep during my content. So wake up, all right? At the very start, Koshtai said, and I quote... Okay, I can't quote it. There's been a lot of chat. But we could go back and we could quote Koshtai saying, hey, yellow, I will keep you safe. Okay? He also said the same thing to purple. Now, purple, just so happens, is not as much of a late bloomer as yellow. Purple's got like better eco. Purple's got better military. Purple seems pretty solid. And so purple says, hey, who do we hit? Because I'm buddy-buddy with teal over here. And he says, what about yellow? And Koshtai had an opportunity to say, no. Yellow's my friend. And guess what Koshtai said? He said yes. So they are going to probably attack yellow. Meanwhile, yellow's like, orange, what can I make for you? And Koshtai says, I said I would protect him earlier, 11. And now Kashtai's like, oh, what did you say? And he says, I asked about unit comp. And Kashtai's like, what? So the communication isn't there. And poor Yellow's just like, what do you need from me? I will do whatever you want, my master. So I think that there's some real reward for them killing Yellow for their trade. Yes. So that's what makes it sad for Yellow, is that Yellow's bottom score. So they see Yellow as an easy target. The other thing is, I don't think anyone else is really tied into Yellow diplomatically. So it's not like Gray's going to get upset if Yellow dies, because I don't think they've been talking much. That's kind of sad for Yellow. I think Yellow is in big trouble here. Greens is ready when you are. Ready when you are to what? Also, I love Green's base. Green's base looks awesome. It reminds me of Fatslop. Lots of walls, castles. And we've got some two-handed swordsmen in the middle. Also, did I say thank you to Jerion earlier for the stars? He says, I hope to get in the next Kami game, but good luck with casting. Thanks again for the stars, man. I think I said thanks, but I'd taken that break before we started, and I forget now. Red says green, and I think he meant to say blue. I am doing markets at my base, but you should probably trade between you two. Red, you're too nice, buddy. Don't tell them to not use you for trade. You want them to use you for trade. That way they won't backstab you later. Koshtai literally just had a conversation with Yellow, found out what Yellow's going to make, and now he relays this to Purple. Says, okay, Purple, Yellow's doing Teutonic Knights. I have Expo. Let's hit soon. So, poor Yellow saying what unit comp he's going to go for, and then Orange is just prepping to counter it. I mean, I can't blame Orange at all. Like, there's instances where you could look at someone in a community game and be like, no, that guy's a bully. I can't necessarily say that this is bad thinking from Orange, because there's very likely no repercussions for killing Yellow, and they need the trade space. They want to trade down here. But I can't help but feel a little bit bad here for Yellow. Yellow's just crossing his fingers. Probably not even crossing his fingers. It seems like he's just like, dum-da-dum-da-dum, going through life, glad to have an ally. My ally's nice. Now, I mean, well, would it be really funny, guys? So right now, Orange is backstabbing Yellow. He's talking behind his back. He's cheating on him. I think the same thing's going to happen to Koshtai, when Stan and Howard start to chat. That would be my guess. It all kind of depends on if Blue is aggressive. Blue hasn't been chatting a lot. I think if Blue was allied with Teal, we'd have like a triple alliance there. Howard says, Blue, can I make a market here? And then Baby Grill says, Gray looks very weak. Yes, this is true. But the weak players need to stick together. Like we said, when the... Oh, wait a second! What's happening? Is the king out here? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, purple. Maybe it was a mistake. I think it was a mistake. He starts to attack orange. And immediately stops. And the second that orange got attacked, orange's instinct was to say, yellow, help, please. Wow, this is crazy. Right? This is crazy. Kashtai's got some real guts here. The balls to ask yellow for help when he was about to go kill yellow. And now yellow says he's coming. Yellow's going to be so confused when he rewatches this. My word. Okay. And now orange just says, let's hit. Oh, you got to be... Okay. This is dirty, bro. This is dirty. You just asked him for help. Here he comes to help, and you're going to kill him. Now watch. If I'm yellow, I'm like, hey, orange, help me. Purple's attacking me. I was coming to help you. You come help me. And now he sees that orange is attacking. And... oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, this is finished. And Kashtai says, good work, purple. Is this the... Forgive my ignorance. But isn't this the... and it might not be... This might be the exact quote. The Brutus quote, right? But what's that quote again from? I forgive me, I forget. Is it like Oh man, this is embarrassing. Anyways, I believe it's the perfect quote for the situation. He's eventually saying, he's basically acknowledging the fact that Orange has backstabbed him. Oh, it was Caesar's assassination. I'm glad I didn't guess then. That was for the play. Was it Shakespeare? Ah, damn it! I was gonna say Shakespeare. What's the English way of saying it though? It's like, it was you, Brutus, or something like that? I forget. Anyways, well played from yellow to do that. I just wonder if there's going to be any repercussions here. Because, again, yellow didn't have anyone who loved him. And this seems a little real. Yellow didn't really have anyone who cared a lot who's going to get upset by this. Ah, you too, Brutus. That's what it was. You too, Brutus. Thank you. Red, I seek asylum in your base. And yellow's now making a run for it. Where's the king at? Oh, the king is on the move. And some villagers are on the move. And red will have to think about this, because if you harbor a fugitive, it might just attack you then. Howard says red and green turned on me. Oh boy. Wow, so red and green turned, and now purple will either come to help and go back to teal as we expected, or maybe he just lets teal die. Kashtai says, purple, we're good. Okay, so the job is done there. We have elite rats and archers. Guys, elite rats and archers wreck anything that is an archer unit. They wreck skirms, they wreck plumes, they wreck cav archers. Elite rats and archers have insane attack and insane pierce armor. Red says there's no place like home. I think he's invited yellow in. And, oh, wait a second. Yellow's dead. Oh! He said there's no place. Sorry, yellow. I missed it. There's no place like home. And so he basically denies yellow's entry and kills him off with his own castle. Feels bad for yellow, but we've had some pretty good quotes so far. We got this good work, says Stan. And Kashtai says, let's fight until the end, then final showdown. And Kashtai says, now gray. And Stan's like, well, can we help teal? Because teal really needs help. But honestly, if I was Howard, I'd be a little perturbed by this, dude. Like, yellow could have been finished off by orange on his own. Right? I don't think Kashtai needed any help there. Of course, purple might not have realized that. But purple kind of left teal on his own to be doubled. And hasn't been here to help at all. And Howard just says he's running right now. I mean, we knew this would get crazy, and he actually has his king inside of purple's castle. So I think a lot of people watching this are going to have some real strong opinions on the morality behind some of these decisions here. And I'm curious now if the evil's going to get to purple, because he has an opportunity to just kill teal.
Yes.
And Kashtai has made him an offer that they're just going to go to the end together. Red says purple is doing problem. I don't think it's much of a problem, though, Red. You've got elephants and ratons. You've got a lot of stuff. You've pretty much wiped out teal already. And then Gray says green, just us want to trade. I would love for that to happen. I'd love for green and gray to just kind of peacefully trade together for a long time. But again, Howard is trying to survive and reboom. Purple with the opportunity to kill him now. Howard says, are you not entertained, T90? I am entertained. I'm just so curious on how this develops now. Green, red, and blue, says Howard. So I think he's acknowledging who's fighting together. He's telling Kashtai, and Kashtai's going to come help. So far, and well played, Tima. Glad to have you back in chat. Sorry it went so poorly here. Honestly, Tima, they might regret not having a Tootin ally. But so far, it feels like everything has worked out perfectly for Kashtai, who I think came in here as the favorite. He's got 10k gold. He cleared out someone on his left. He can take those relics as well, and there he goes to do that. And now Teal is going to feel indebted to him. Like, he's going to feel as though Orange saved him when he did not have to. I feel as though this could be a mistake. To have gone after Teal like this, I think in the long term we might look back at Blue and Red's decision to do that and say it was a mistake. We'll see. He's got a lot of Eagles in queue. You forgot Treb's here, Green. And Howard's talking about how it's now Nomad. Yes, we've got some Wandering Warriors Cup over here. But I would not have my Hussars here if I were you, Teal. I don't want Purple to think, or I wouldn't want Purple to think that I was going to go after him. Sorry, Orange to attack me, says Green. And it's very stressful and very compact and very awkward right now. However, Red's got good trade. Red has 2k gold, or 12k gold.
Yes.
We need to do something about Perp, is what Gray now says. And Green agrees and says first Orange. So we've kind of got a team game, a standard team game right now. Teal's out of picture. This is kind of like a 3v3 of sorts. Or no, if anything, it's like a 4v2 of sorts. We've got Purple and Orange, and then we've got the others all against them. And it's a nice stack, too, because Purple and Orange seem pretty strong right now. I would say the weakness of Purple and Orange's push is that they haven't had a lot of siege. They've lacked siege ram or capped rams to take out the buildings, and it's allowing Blue time to get more units every time. Also, Blue, he's still, I mean, he's set these guys to enemy, but he has not set Orange to enemy yet. So his Eagles are just getting mopped up. Oh, no. He's so stressed. He hasn't realized. That's a horrible mistake. Now, Green, I'd say the same thing. If you're going to push, make sure you have some Trebs here, or make sure you have some Rams to push these buildings. Okay, now he's realized. He's hoping I didn't notice that. And he's going to clear out those condos. And also clear out the Paladins. Well played to him. Not bad, but not great either. Red's got Halbs randomly running through here. Some of them are attacking, some of them are not, but they are helping a little bit. Because here comes Green, and the order was a little off. I would say arrive with the champions after you arrive with the Trebs, but look at this from Baby Grill. I would say if you're Green, though, just let the Trebs do its job, and just patrol in with your champs and attack the units here. But still, he's going to take out the castle. That's a good start to all this. I also love this castle spot because it protects the Trebs. And yeah, down goes that castle. Kashtai notices this, says that some help is needed. And guys, Purple, once he's finished with all these Paladins and Magyar Hussar, which is a lot, he will not have any gold income. He doesn't have a lot of trade, doesn't have a lot of relics. I feel like making just straight Magyar Hussar will be his long term, which could be really bad against the Halbs and Rats and Archers. How many people in my live stream chat right now want to see Orange die for what he did to Yellow? I would say at least 69% of you want to see that. And I think it is possible that you are going to get your wish simply due to the numbers. You've got green fighting. You've got gray fighting. Gray doesn't have a lot, but gray's out there, right? Gray's going to help eventually. Red is looking like a beast. Blue is looking like a beast. And you know, the worst position to be in right now is Howard's. Because your teammates weren't there to save your eco because they were sniping yellow. And you're hoping that they can 2v4 now. And if they don't, you're probably dead. Okay. Gray says, Teal, are we going to be friends? And Howard acknowledges this. He says, I'm in no position to threaten anyone. We are friends. Honestly, if I'm Teal, I would just be chatting up Gray and chatting up Green too. I'd just be like, hey, listen, I didn't want this for us. It was Blue that did this to me. I want to be friends with you. My teammates are cowards. You know, I would just start completely turning on the two people who are saving me right now. Because they're not going to be able to save you forever. I think Gray is saying you can come over here. Gray is saying escape. And I think Teal should do that. I think Teal should see the writing on the wall and escape. He's going to run over there and build a TC. And this is an interesting little side plot. I was not expecting Howard to be in this position when we talked about him earlier. Like we said before, Vietnamese, man, with their elephants, their Rattans, and their Halbs, so strong. And Purple now does not have any Paladins in queue, no gold income. This could be the end for Purple. His king is back here. He still can make Magyar Hussar. He's got the food for that. So he'll hang on for a while. But you've got to think if Red continues with Halbs and Rattans, he'll be okay. That said, he's attacking. He doesn't really have the structure of army that he'd want here. I think he will get cleared up here. Meanwhile, the champions continue. Champions skirm from Green. Haven't seen anything from Gray. Gray is saving a lot of resources. And honestly, Gray might realize that he's not needed. And no one's noticing his absence. It's possible Gray tries to save up resources and goes for the victory long term here. Here comes Teal. Watch out, Purple. I'll get those, says Teal. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Oh, that was a signal from Koshte right here saying he needs help. Yeah. I think he can survive this. But if Gray comes in, he's dead. If Gray comes in, he's going to have trouble. So that's kind of the thing with Gray is I think Green is going to say, Gray, what are you doing in a second? As he should. Because Gray is not fighting anything. Gray is just sitting here. Gray actually has had 0 kills, 0 deaths. So knowing community games, for right now, Gray's okay. And everyone has a pretty good perception of Rogue Spoon. They probably think he's just a lower elo player. But the longer Gray sits there and banks up resources and doesn't try and help, I think that the more likely it is that Gray gets turned on. And here he comes now. Like, he definitely needs to do something against someone. It's almost disrespectful to have allies that are putting in all this work and then not put any of your own. But maybe he wants the glory, maybe he wants the snipes. Claus, if you're having issues with loading, man, just set it to normal latency. If you're having issues with the stream. I saw someone just recommended that to you. But I haven't seen you around much before, so it might be something you need to do if it's your first time here. Purple and orange are helping me. I'll let them know you are cool. Wow, so Howard... It's kind of the bad time, honestly, Howard, because purple and orange are really focused on their fight. But Howard is basically going to vouch for Gray. But Gray was thinking about attacking orange a second ago, guys. This is a plot twist. Gray was going to attack orange, but he just found out that maybe he can avoid their wrath altogether. Gray says, I help with green. Is Gray going to turn on green?
Yes.
Hey guys, Gray is cool. Let's just focus on the bad guys of red, green, and blue. And Koshtai says yes. Gray, if you're going to do this, can you please get your blacksmith upgrades, buddy? You've got double blacksmith. You have the resources. Please don't go for this crazy backstab and not have blacksmith upgrades. Do you know where green's king is at? Says Rogue Spoon. Oh, Gray, are you really going to do this? I think this is a really bad decision for him. Because I'll tell you what happens here. They're just going to use him. Green's going to die if this happens, assuming he gets his blacksmith upgrades. Once green is out of the picture, it will then be a better fight for purple and for orange against blue and red. And if it comes down to Stan and Kashtai at the end of the game, we all know what they're going to do with Gray at that point. They're going to kill him. So I think that Gray maybe feels like this is the way that he survives the longest. But I think this is a really bad call. Green, how are you holding? And Green says, I'm trying against orange. He's the best player. Oh, no. It's so sad. He's trying. And none of them have called out Gray. Alarm bells would be going off in my head. Like, why is our ally just sitting here? But remember, I think this is an important thing to remind you of. If you were to ask Gray right now, like, Gray, why are you playing it like this? He's going to say, because I'm not as good as these players. I need to do something different, have a chance. He says, I help with purple and orange. Rogue Spoon is thinking about it. So it's that back and forth in your brain. You know, do you want to win or do you want to be honorable? Some people don't care about honor. Some people have different definitions of what honor is. People win at all costs. Some people would prefer to win alongside a friend. But what I can tell you is that the Magyar Hussars have kind of kept purple in this. Purple's only at 100 pop. So if you're hoping that Kashtai and purple don't get their way, 100 villagers is not going to be enough. Or sorry, 75 villagers is not going to be enough to sustain this long term. And some of these castles are about to go down for purple. Behind this, teal has some eco, so that sucks for him. Purple has his farming eco. And green says, need help. And Rogue Spoon says, I go for green. Great. The fact they're not talking to you right now should tell you how little you mean to them. And I don't mean to be a jerk. They're focused on their own thing, buddy. It's up for you to pave your own way in life. Purple is dying, says Red, but I will send you some Elephantos. I like how he actually spells out Elephantos in the midst of battle. We should point out that Blues had decent-ish trade, as has Red, so they actually have good resources. Kashtai also has good resources, though, because he's had all those relics. I also think there's a chance, and I have no real way of knowing, I think there's a chance that Gray screwed up his chat settings, because there's been one too many times where people aren't talking back to him. On the bright side for Gray, he is Malian, so he gets extra Pierce Armor. It just should be 8 Pierce Armor instead of 5. And I still don't know who he's going to attack. He's sending champions this way. I feel like he's going to take out Green's traps. We got this. Green is on the limit. Yeah, this is true. Green is at the limit. Green's basically dead at this point. Green is basically dead. Here comes Teal on the run. And maybe for Gray, Gray's just like, listen, the more I say stuff, the more I'm thinking I don't even need to attack here because they're kind of doing it without me. Teal will help out. Great job from Howard to help out, making Hussars. Don't ask me how he's gotten to that. And Stan says, I'm struggling here. And that's true. Stan is really having a tough time here. Like, if Stan goes down, they might be able to fight back against the mighty Kashtai. Yes. And Kashtai says, Red, do you want to be friends? And Red says, not sure, what do I get from it? And Kashtai responds by saying, friends, me and you. Yeah, that doesn't clarify the situation. Kashtai says, our comp will wreck everything. Okay, I need to pause for just 1 second. Guys, regardless of what you think about morally from some of the moves from Kashtai, he is so good at flipping alliances to his benefit every time it suits him. Earlier in the game, he said, hey, Yellow, we're going to be buddies forever. He completely wrecked Yellow. He baited Yellow into making Teutonic Knights. He had archers. Yellow was dead. Right? Now Purple's about to die. Okay? Purple's about to die. Purple literally just said that, like, this is a problem. Like, I'm going to die to this. And instead of saying, I've got your back, bro, he immediately goes to the guy killing him and tries to convince him to ally with him. And red says could be, let's ally for now. That's why I paused, because I wasn't sure what was going to happen. Oh my goodness. So it's working too. Like, it is working. It could be because of his strength. It could be because of his score. It could be because everyone just wants to get to the final 3. But Kashtai is playing these people like a damn fiddle here. Okay. Well, we shall see as this continues. I mean, this doesn't mean that purple will necessarily be safe even if he runs his king. He's running off. He's losing his eco. Red's got a lot of pop over here. Oh! Guys! Guys! Gray is here. He has unpacked his trebs ahead of time, which is the smart play. And the king for red is inside of this castle. Maybe the reason that Gray hadn't done much is because Gray is God. And Gray is enforcing what should happen if you try and backstab your team. And red is out of the game. Gray gets the kill. That was like his first kill of the game. And green just wails out, no! Green's just so upset. And now teal has been killed. And I think teal has been killed by Kashtai. And Kashtai says, good snipe, Gray buddy. So for the time being, Gray is feeling like an absolute god. And green says, we need to finish this for red. But guys, like, this is amazing for Kashtai once again. Stand from IT's out. He's going to die soon. Howard is going to be out soon. Gray is doing his bidding. Like, Gray is probably going to go right over to green now. And now green is asking. Okay, I'm really... Gray said what happened. Well played to him. He's trying to play stupid here. He says, Gray, are you with orange? You know orange and gray don't mix well. And Gray, it's almost like he can't bring himself to lie about it. He says no. And Baby Grill is saying that orange and gray are poopy colors. So everyone's trying to play dumb. Orange is like who did it. Gray's like who did it. Who done it, who done it, who done it. But I think at this point, green is going to do everything. Like, he's going to make every decision in this game based on the fact that he loved red. What are you doing, my man? So green is picking up on the fact that gray's just sitting here. Gray, if I'm you, I think I would turn on green right now because you're screwed. Baby Grill says, didn't they teach you not to mess with grills? Okay, we can just fight now, okay? We can just fight. I'm telling you, this is the time for Gray. This is the time. If you're going to do this, you have to do it now because green clearly does not trust you. And green, you should notice this. Obviously, he is, or she is, fighting out here. But this is the moment, and I love how Gray will unpack the trebs ahead of time so they can immediately fire, and green will die now as well. Oh, you would think so. Green. Green has a chance to run. Okay, green still hasn't reacted. Green might not be able to find the king, guys. And the king is now done. And the last words from green was gray in all caps. And gray has taken care of red and green. Stance is nice work. Gray says, I'm sorry I had no choice. I feel like you had a choice in the matter, but okay. And now we just have blue remaining. And blue's kind of fighting on his own here against 3. Gray turned on me. Help. Oh my god, that didn't happen though. Kashtai's lying. Okay, this is brilliant though. This is brilliant. Kashtai knows that Gray will just be killed off now. He's happy that Gray did everything for him. And so he says, Gray turned on me when Gray did not turn on him. So everyone he's allied with will think that Gray is the bad guy. This whole game has gone according to Kashtai's plan. That is really smart, actually, to say he's turned on him. Because Gray just had a hand in killing green, so we know that Gray's that type of player to snipe people. And now you have Kashtai saying purple, let's trade. Obviously, that's good. This really just comes down to if blue can kind of do a lot on his own right now, and I'm not certain he can. Orange, why enemies, says Gray. It's almost as if This whole time, you were doing the bidding for them, and there was no end benefit for you, my friend. Kashdai says, was a mistake, as he continues to clear out Teal. Is he still allied? Did he change it back? No, he allied Gray again. Okay. He says, let's kill Blue. Kashdai realizes this isn't the time. And Gray says, okay, I thought I lost you. And Orange is like, was an accident. Okay, Gray, if there's one chance to redeem yourself right now, in the eyes of everyone who's watching, because you just did a dirty thing, go kill Orange. I think if Gray were to go in and kill Kashdai right now, he's going to look brilliant. If he doesn't kill Kashdai and Kashdai ends up figuring it out and just killing him later, it's a different story. And Blue says, so what's the alliance situation right now? Chatting to all. So he's asking kind of the room, because unfortunately for him, his teammates are dead. He says, my allies are dead, so I'm somewhat of a free agent. Ooh! And you've got gold, too. Okay, so Blue is a free agent, meaning he's up for grabs right now. I'd laugh so hard if Orange says something. So Orange says, let's go for Blue. And Blue says, I am willing to side with whoever will help keep me alive the longest. Okay, so basically Kashdai then. Basically Kashdai. Blue's still trading with Green's market. That's a big deal. The rest of us will decide our fate. Okay, so Kashdai says we're going to kill Blue and then figure it out, basically. No. And Blue says any interest. It was worth a shot. Purple says no. And also Orange says no. Gray, I'm telling you, this is your opportunity. Gray says I friend with everyone. Oh, you mean except for Baby Grill and for Red? I don't think you can pull the I'm friends with everyone card right now. I just don't think it really fits the situation. Oh my word. I mean, the concern I would have right now, beyond resources for Blue, is that he has to kill multiple people, and at least in Orange's case, he's fortified. So this isn't a situation where you can just go snipe someone. You now have to win a straight-up battle, and it's just going to be so tough to push this long-term. You can probably hold for a while, but Inca Eagles are a teensy bit overrated, I feel. I don't know. Ray says, who killed Teal? Or I should say it properly. Is Cyan? Anyways, I know that that's essentially Teal. And Kashdai says, I don't know, it all went really fast. And Gray is having a change of heart, guys. Gray is having a change of heart. Gray says, I was meant to protect him, ... Gray, I think, is realizing how poor of an ally he's been. You know, he can't undo the situation with Green. He can't undo the situation with Red. What's done is done. But when it came to Teal, he feels bad now. I will hold them in my heart forever, he says. Okay. I'm hoping there's a change of heart. And Kashdai just basically, he's trolling right now. He's like, I would never break alliances. Like, never. Kashdai is probably laughing so hard to himself right now. We've watched him break alliances every time he's killed someone. Me neither, says Gray. Okay, well, you're full of it too. You guys both reek of something awful. It would be a real crazy plot twist for Stan to do something and somehow kill, but I don't think he has the eco for that.
Yes.
And also, the second he turns on the Italian player, he's going to be dead. Push Blue. And Blue says, we can be friends, Orange. And Orange says, are you sure? Well, the thing is, Orange never asked Blue. But I think he's just saying this. I think if I'm Blue, I talk to Gray right now. And Blue is trying to say, hey, let's take the others out. Here comes Gray with his skirms and his trebs. Blue's gonna hold on, though. Like, for now, he's gonna hold on. Orange, we take others out first. And Kashdai says, I'm sorry, Blue. Kashdai's like, Koshtai is like the cool kid in high school that everyone wants to be friends with. And he just bullies everyone. You know that dynamic? Where the coolest guy in high school was a total jerk. And yet, like, everyone was just put into a trance by him. Because kids are dumb. And they think, oh, that guy's good at sports. So yeah, I want to be friends with him. Even though he tramples all over my hopes and dreams and feelings. And now Blue's literally getting smashed in the face by this dude. He's getting beat up in gym class. And Blue's like, we could be friends, bro. I'll do whatever you want. Oh, we could be friends. Here comes Gray, literally beat up his own friends. And here he is. He's still just obedient to Koshtai. And I can't blame Koshtai because in the premise of community games, the goal is to win. And he's just taking advantage of everyone. It's worked out wonderfully for him. It sounded a little personal, T90. No, it wasn't personal. It wasn't personal. 3v1 no, says Blue. That was a little specific. Are you sure this is worth it, guys? I can help you. See, I don't think talking to everyone necessarily helps. I think you have to single out one person because it makes them feel special. I think Koshtai has had a brilliant Diplo game so far. He has played everyone like a fiddle. Stan says should have picked better friends. Blue says indeed. That's so true. That is so true. Okay. Guys, I feel like what's going to happen is Blue's about to be finished off. When Blue is finished, Koshtai is then going to basically tell Purple and Gray how it's going to go. And that's going to be how it finishes. You could have something with us, but you went with them. This is Rogue Spoon. Rogue Spoon, I'm still a little torn on. Because, Rogue Spoon, you were with them. Yourself. You just kind of decided to switch teams. Which, to be fair, you chose the winning team, but the reason it's the winning team is because of you. Yeah, I'm with you guys. It would be quite a plot twist if Orange were to lose the... Oh, that's his army. Oh, damn, I got so excited. I thought it was Gray. Again, I keep hoping that Gray has that change of heart we talked about. It's almost going to be satisfying to see Koshtai kill Gray at this point. And Gray's going to be like, what? I thought we were a team. No, you were on his team because he benefited from you. Just as Purple did. Just as everyone did this game. Just as Yellow did for a time. Actually, he could be taking out Purple here. He's got petards. The king is in there. If Koshtai has reached a point where he feels like he can do this alone, there's no reason to not just kill off his allies before they have the idea to backstab. But I think he's passing Purple. I think he's going to Gray. Gray. Oh, hey, he's getting a final armor upgrade. Woo! Gray's going to have some big problems here. I don't think he's going to notice this. Attack castle. I have Trebs. Here's Gray's Trebs. Anyways, Blue's getting raided. His trade is still kind of moving. Keyword kind of. You've got champions in the trade. It's not pretty. Here's Orange's mass. Trebs and petards. Let's see how he executes here. He, of course, is allied. Why won't it let me switch point of view? What? Sorry, there was a weird bug there. When I click orange, it goes to Blue's point of view. That makes 0 sense. See this? I think he's going to petard through the walls. And then he's going to go right for that king. And I don't think Gray's going to have any clue. Here comes Gray with his Trebs, though. It's like he's coming back towards Orange's base. I think Gray is actually considering going for it. But he's not going to have the time. He will hear that the alliances have been changed. And here comes the army from Koshtai. Can Gray get out of here? Okay, and Blue's saying it at the exact moment it's happening. He says, the real question you should be asking yourselves, who is turning on who after I'm dead? Think about it. Who? And Gray says, why me? Gray. Oh, God. Gray, you're the classic wanting to get some kills in community games, but maybe doesn't understand the flow of them here, buddy. Oh, no. He just says, why me, man? Why me? And here he comes. He might actually just give orange an assist here, which is hilarious to me. Look at this. He's like, I got to do something. So he goes after purple. He goes after purple. And now the king for purple's out in the open. The king actually did make it out of here for gray, though. So gray's still alive. But purple's king is now exposed. I don't even know if he's aware of that. So now if orange wants to, he could just kill purple at the same time. Blue, of course, is still almost dead. So this has just been the perfect game. The perfect game for Kashtai. Everything has gone according to plan. Yeah, gray did turn on... He turned on everyone, right? He turned on purple. He also turned on orange. He wanted a king kill. He figured he would be dead. So he wanted to get a kill. Has not happened yet. The king is right here, though, for Stan. I'm not sure if he knows that, but that's where the king is. He's spamming lots of hussars still. Purple's king, if you're wondering, he's actually stealing red's farms over here. Purple's king, or blue's king. Why would... This is bugged. I'm on blue's point of view. It doesn't let me... Okay, I'm sorry. I can't actually find the king because this is bugged. For some reason, if I click blue and switch to his point of view, it doesn't actually switch to blue. So odd. Okay, now it says blue, but it's on orange. And now that's orange's king. I'm sorry. This is a weird bug. I gotta talk to the devs about this one. Probably a new bug that was introduced in the most recent patch. I've never experienced that bug before. Anyways, trebs go down here for gray. Gray's king is being hunted. He's gonna lose his castles. I'm trying to keep an eye on where blue's king is, excuse me, because he's not dead yet. That it? I think that's it. I think it's in red's TC. And I think someone just researched trees, and I think they might have an idea. It's in here. Yep, there they go. Yeah, every time there's a patch, things break. It's just how it goes with this game, so... And blue says Diplo is hard, but to be fair to blue, and there's the king, I think it will survive. I don't think blue played an awful Diplo game. He's going to tap out now. But honestly, I think blue... The reason blue struggled is simply because red and green were backstabbed by gray. Obviously, Kashtai was one of the most important players in this game. But gray really changed how this game went from the middle onwards. And now Kashtai says, purple, let's kill gray. Which has seemed obvious to me for about 20-30 minutes. But it's because Kashtai has had some wonderful Diplo. Tima would maybe disagree on that. Poor Tima. Poor Howard. Here comes Gray. I mean, he also went for crazy defense. He's got bombard towers. He's got castles. Gray's desperate now. Gray's like, I have to try. And remember, guys, I'm okay with this. A lot of people might look at something like this and be like, wow, what a mistake. No, he's going to die anyways. What's a mistake is sitting at home the whole time. So trying to run out and trying to do something. Oh, he's going to get purple. Oh, he gets the kill. So now it's essentially a 1v1. I mean, blue is still out here somehow. Blue still hasn't given it up despite calling the GG. Purple calls the GG after being killed. He must not have known where his king was. And so Gray killed 3 kings? But Gray killing 3 kings destined himself to die. That's what's crazy about this. 3 king kills. And yet it all leads to him dying. In theory, he does have a lot of resources. He is making a lot of champions. And Malian champions with full upgrades is no joke against Italians. If he wins now, he's a genius. If he loses, I still think he played a really good game. But probably benefited Kashtai more than anything. Also, could blue maybe contribute something now? His king is here. Nah. He would never have the time. Blue can reboom if he puts his mind to it and pulls villagers and adds trade, does a bunch of different things. He's trying, right? But it would only be possible for him if Gray and Orange fight for another 20-30 minutes. Yeah, I agree. If Gray would start talking to Blue right now, there's a real opportunity. Honestly, if Blue, this is the time to talk. But I have my concerns over... Like, I think the reason Gray went for the snipes this game is because he kind of was he was fearful that Kashdai was the superior player. And I think you're seeing with the resources floating and the lack of unit control here from Gray that this is going to be too tough a task. I think he might be hunting for a king or something because it's like he's microing. And he says, I give res. Blue says, well, okay, I do what I can, but we'll be tough. Yeah, give gold, I make eagles. Yeah, meanwhile, Gray's losing all of his trebs. And, you know, his king is in this castle, and it could go down here shortly. But good job from Gray. You know, unfortunately, the toughest thing about Age of Empires is multitasking. And multitasking is especially tough when you have the type as well, and change alliances. Really tricky. Blue want to work together. Kashdai, what are you... It's like every single time he sees someone's in a vulnerable position, he starts asking them to ally. And let's see what Blue says to that. Because Blue now has multiple offers. 20 minutes ago, no one cared. But now everyone cares about Blue. Little old 15 population Blue. Yeah, well, that castle goes down for Gray. His gather point's set right there, so it will be exposed. Orange is, I think, looking for this. And Gray, I think, is a little overwhelmed right now. And that is going to be the end for Gray, who killed 3 players in this game. Oh! Yeah, killed 3 players in this game. And finally, the rogue Spoon, who's gone rogue. He went rogue many times that game. It's killed off. And Blue says, send me some gold. I'll see what I can do. And he says, or not. Blue now knows that the end is near. Fascinating game. A really interesting one. I have so many differing thoughts on it, you know? Like on one hand, Kosh, I just sent him resources. He says, here you go. It's literally the only guy left he has to kill, and he gave him resources. Talk about a flex right there. That would obviously be horrible if he were to lose. I still don't think with these resources Kashdai can lose. And Blue says, wow, thank you for your generosity. Honestly, Blue, if I'm you, I use all that gold and try and go for the king. It probably won't work. But don't even try and invest in a trade. Don't even try and take straight up fights. Just simply go directly for the king. You just go for one attack. Hope it works. If it doesn't work, you're probably dead anyways. And that seems to be what he's going for. David, I'm sure we have a few people watching from the New Zealands right now. From the New Zealands, excuse me, from New Zealand. That Kondo Tierra have been real strong this game. They're actually amazing against Eagles. Orange kind of saw this coming. And with Bombard Towers and also the castle, there's no way. Also, 7,000 HP castle, he got all of his upgrades. Meanwhile, the Trebs are here. Castles will go down for Blue. See if this one goes down. Actually, it's kind of funny. Let's see who wins. Yep, castle goes down. Blue's Eagles are just passing. Okay, here's a question, chat. Who do you think of the players who are dead right now is the most satisfied with how this game went? Of the 6 players dead, obviously it's about to be 7 and the game's going to be over. Who do you think is the most satisfied with how the game went? The name is Rogue. Rogue is a word, like if you go rogue, that means you like defect and switch teams, I believe. Or go off path. I think that's the word, what the word rogue means. Yeah, I think Gray is the most satisfied with how this game went. So we can sit here and say that Gray, the rogue Spoon, yeah, we could say that he backstabbed his teammates, and he definitely did. But he benefited from that. He got 3 kills. And Blue goes down. I don't know where his king was exactly, my bad. But GG. Wow. Rogue versus rogue. Oh, is there different spellings to that? Did I just embarrass myself? Are they both different words with different definitions? The spelling is like paint for your sheets to make you look blood. For your sheets? Who paints their sheets, chat? Do you mean to say cheeks, but you misspelled cheeks? Rather ironic, actually. We're talking about words being misspelled. And then someone, while explaining to me which word it is misspelling it. Anyways, GG. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Thank you for the definitions there, chat. You're awesome. You're amazing. 1,700 kills for Kashdai. I think this is like... I might as well just label this how to play Diplo. How to play Diplo. Start of the game, he said, hey, Yellow, I'm going to defend you forever. You will be my girl. You will be my bro. And guess what? Yellow's like, okay, what can I make for you? Kashdai goes, Teutonic Knights, and then turns around to Purple and says, hey, he's going to make Teutonic Knights. I'm going to go kill them. Yellow gets completely screwed over. Howard ended up dying. Stan didn't even get defended much. Like, there was a point, and Stan probably won't know this, but Kashdai was going to kill Stan, I think, if I remember correctly. And even near the end there, he's like, hey, Blue, do you want to ally? He would just offer his hand of friendship and then always use it against them. Now, I think if Gray noticed how that was happening, like, this is the big thing, is maybe Gray didn't have the conversations. Maybe he wasn't part of that chat. But, like, the spoon here, okay, would have maybe sensed if I ally this person, I'm going to eventually die. And instead of doing what I said and said, don't ally him, right? Work with your teammates. Had so little faith that it'd be possible to beat Kashdai. Said, I'm going to Kashdai, so let me just kill everything. And ended up getting 3 king kills. You get 3 king kills in a community game. That's more than most people ever get. And then you end up getting 3rd place anyways. And this was clearly a player who took a little bit of time to get rolling there. I think Gray will be satisfied with that. I think some people, though, are... I think some people are still not going to be the biggest fan of how Gray played that. Particularly Baby Grill and Red here. But that's the beauty of community games. Not everyone plays it in the same way. Everyone plays with different motives, different kind of goals in mind. The relics, I talked about it in the early stages of the game, were always going to matter there. 21,000 gold collected from relics. So if you look at the total gold collected, obviously there was a ton of gold here from Blue, but Orange didn't need any trade, which means no pop space put into trade. And it was just the relics. He was pretty low on gold near the end of that game, and I think he was just touching on that. So, you know, if Red and Green stayed alive in this game and Gray would have not backstabbed them, I really do think Kashdai could have been taken out here. Gray was kind of the one who dictated who had the chance of winning. I don't know who would have won if Kashdai got finished off. There probably would have been like some weird alliance finish. There's a look at the timeline. Again, you can see like when players were killed off. Teal tried to reboom and was eventually killed. Gray, you know, eventually had tons of military and he's using it near the tail end. And Kashdai in chat says, man, I feel honestly so bad. Dude, you just kept taking advantage of people's good nature and using it for your victory. I mean, I understand the guilt aspect. I understand it. Maybe that says a lot of good things about you. But also, at the same time, Kashdai, it worked out for you, so you can't really complain. And they just... It was like taking candy from a baby. They just ate it all up.